So, Vanakkam Pesma Pesu viewers, this episode is going to be a non-political episode exclusively on our channel. We have Mr. Puskhar Anand along with us. He has written a book called Manifest Your Infinite Riches. So, Pushkar ji, thank you so much for joining me in this show. So, can you just elaborate what does your book contain? Like, what is this manifesting thing all about?
Oh, thank you, Kiranji. Thank you. I'm delighted to be here. The book, in summary, is all about helping you become the person you always meant to be. And I started with these words: yes, you are infinitely rich. You are infinitely rich because you are you. And that is what we build on. Often the word manifesting is used in an airy-fairy way. This is extremely scientific, what we talk about in the book. It's based on real-life examples. It's based on tried and tested theories. And in effect, it enables each one of us that it touches. It empowers them to become the person they always meant to be.
Okay. I have personally experienced this manifesting coming true. Like whatever I manifest will come true someday or the other. Have you ever personally experienced whatever you manifest coming true, like in real life?
No, absolutely, Kiran, and it's covered in detail in the book through multiple examples. But I'll just give you my own example. What I'm doing today is spreading a message across the world, more than 50 countries, written a #1 bestseller, having impacted a good number of people. Now, this is something which has come out and taken physical form or manifested itself. So my own life is the biggest example I can share. And when we talk about manifest, what is it? It's simply put, it's giving physical form to something you had inside of you. And I'm purposely leaving it a little bit vague, something inside of us, but taking physical form. And all of us do it all the time. Just because some of us are not aware of what the concept is, doesn't mean that we don't do it. Every physical experience we have is a manifestation experience. And there's science behind it that makes it come out there and take physical form.
So what is your biggest manifestation in your life?
Well, I would say...
Personal question.
No, absolutely. I think it's more than one. Having written this book and got it out there, having worked with my mentor, Jack Canfield, who co-created Chicken Soup for the Soul, having manifested my forever dream home, which is another example that's given in the book, I think there's so many out there, and the direction my own life has taken, and more than mine, there are so many real life examples which I have seen evolve and develop with time. But think of it this way, Kiran. I think where our audiences and viewers need to get away from this idea, which is often portrayed: oh, I manifested something, I manifested $1 billion overnight, or I can't do that, or that's, I manifested a boyfriend, a girlfriend overnight. No, we're not talking about it in a frivolous way. We're talking about elevating yourself, your vibrational frequency, to a different level altogether. That takes you to who you were always meant to be, to what is there inside of you, which has been waiting to come out. But that doesn't happen overnight. Anyone who tells you it's going to happen overnight is incorrect. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes discipline to do certain things in certain ways over a period of time, repetitively. Because when that happens, you change what is inside of you, which is a level of vibration through patterns in the subconscious mind. I hope that gives a little bit of initial color.
In simple words, mere thoughts will not translate into results. You have to work for it.
Absolutely, because thinking about something, for you and me and our viewers and other people, we think about something, we're not at a level of vibration that it happens instantly, right? But if we work towards it in the right way, it will come out and take physical form.
How impactful are positive thoughts in our life? Because nowadays we can see so much of negativity on social media, negative content, which pushes people into negative thoughts. So give us the importance. Can you please elaborate the importance of positive thoughts in our life?
Oh, absolutely. One of my mentors years ago used to say, stop reading the news. And I'd say the same thing today, 15 years older. Stop reading the news. The news across the world thrives on negativity. And that's how we often start our day. See, what happens is, Kiran, people talk about manifesting in the law of attraction. Yeah. What most people don't realize, the law of attraction is a secondary law. It follows what is the primary law, which is the law of vibration. You see, all of us vibrate at a certain level because there's energy inside of us. The level you vibrate at, or what you are in there, is what you attract. So if you're reading negative stuff all day, you get negative by the evening. You read positive stuff, or you don't read stuff, stick to positive thoughts. That's easier said than done because we can't control our thoughts. We have thousands of thoughts in a day. But what we can control is certain times we take out to ourselves where we focus on the positivity we want in our life. It could be affirmations, it could be visualization, it could be anything else. It could just be gratitude, it could be going away in a corner and thinking and feeling we already have what we want. Because when we elevate ourselves there, we get guidance, Kiran, to take action. And the world you and I live in, we need to take action to take things to the next level. Just thinking about something or visualizing something is not going to do anything for you and me or for our audiences of viewers. We got to take action. But when you visualize or when you go away affirming in the right way, when you're positive, you get the inspiration from within to take the right kind of action. And that takes you closer to your physical manifestation experience.
Okay. In your book, you stress about the role of gratitude. How
Yes.
can a daily gratitude practice reshape one's mindset?
That is such a powerful concept, Kiran. It's such a powerful concept. Think about it like this. If I change my vibration, my vibrational frequency inside of me, the energetic level I'm at, to one of thanking a power above me, call it God, call it universal spirit, call it the force, call it anything. We sit there and give gratitude for all the great things to the universe, as lots of people say. Then ask yourself, isn't it common sense that the vibration you're at is one of opening up channels of gratitude for good things? And when you're at that vibration, it's like the absolute polar opposite of the negativity stuff we just talked about. When you're on an attitude of gratitude, on that kind of vibration, you open up to receive more good things. And this also reinforces the previous point. You give thanks for all the good things in your life, you get more good things. You keep grumbling all day about the bad thing, having a terrible day, bad day at office, bad day in the traffic, the guy behind is blowing the horn, somebody screaming from the side. You get home, you're in a miserable vibration, you root to your family, they root to you, you sleep off feeling horrible, and the day goes down. It's one thing after the other. Now, I hope that
Personally, have
gives
you
that
ever
perspective.
experienced
Yeah.
that a day start with such negative thoughts, ending up with the same negativity?
Absolutely. You often it happens. It happens to all of us. We've all been through days where we say, "What a miserable day." I can't seem to get anything right. I had an argument with my spouse in the morning. The children were not nice to me. The boss was horrible at work. The traffic was bad coming back home. The train was bad. It's just a miserable day. Versus you start your day on the right note. And then most of the time it gets better and better. And even if you have the odd negative thing in the middle of the day, leave it, move on. But the most important thing, Kiran, is getting that foundation right when you start your day. And everyone has a different way of doing it. Some people wake up early, some wake up late. Doesn't matter. Keep some time for yourself. Start on the right foundation. It's like a child. You give a child the right foundation, they're always in a good place as they start growing further and further.
Is there a role for like failure or setbacks in the manifestation journey?
Always. It's a part of everyone's journey. And I'll just take the word manifestation away for a second. Before that word was used across the world, we'd always see if we're working towards something in life. Let's call it maybe a goal, a purpose, an objective. Nobody got there without the odd knock. In some cases, lots of knocks. It's part of it. Because unless we don't work above those hurdles, we're not going to grow to the next level. If it happens so easily, where is the growth? And we also think about it spiritually, that a force bigger than us tests us to get there on the other side. That's another way of seeing it. But everybody's bound to have setbacks. Everybody's bound to have challenges or hurdles, because if you're not having those, you're not growing. And if you're not growing, what's the point of trying to manifest something in your life or become a different person, more evolved version of yourself, when there's no growth involved?
Actually, some people try manifestation, but they feel it doesn't work for them. What common mistakes do you see that they do?
I'll put it this way, Kiran. Every human being manifests all the time. Whether we accept it or not, whether we are aware of it or not, that is the problem. It's not that we don't manifest, everyone does. Because every experience you have, say a certain amount of money against your name, corresponds to things inside your subconscious mind, certain patterns. Now, if certain people were to think it's an airy-fairy concept, it doesn't work for me, well, think of it this way. We give it that lens of being airy-fairy because we say, this is whiffle waffle, it doesn't happen overnight. Oh, I haven't got $1 million against my name in a week. This doesn't work for me. Well, of course it's not going to work for you when you think of it that way. It's not some magic trick coming out of nowhere. It's about bringing about fundamental change in your life, about how you approach life altogether. When I said at the start of our conversation, I start the book by saying, yes, you are infinitely rich. You are infinitely rich because you are you. You got to identify what's in there in that you. Give it shape. Do what is needed, certain things in certain ways, and it comes out. But not as some cheap magic trick to be done over a few days. This is life-changing stuff.
Okay. See, some readers, they struggle with the visualization kind of stuff. Like they can't do the practices like visualization and affirmations. What strategies do you recommend for those readers?
No, absolutely. It's a very valid point, Kiran, because it's taken me a lot of time to shut my eyes and be able to visualize. When I started out, I couldn't either, because we aren't wired that way with our education over decades and years. I would say there's a handful of different things. You can just go quiet, sit in a corner, shut your eyes, and give thanks or give gratitude for already having what it is you want. You can do what I call an I to me letter. You could write a letter to yourself of a certain date, telling yourself what a great feeling it is that you've achieved what you're out to achieve. You could use an app called Mind Movies. A wonderful lady is a good friend of mine, Natalie Ledwell. She's touched a few million people across the world. That gives you visual, audio, and words. You make a little 3-minute movie exactly the way you want your life to be and look at it time and again. That's usually useful. There are lots of different things to do. The old-fashioned imagination, visualization, yes, is often challenging for people unless you train yourselves. And I understand if there are ways to do it rather than training, why not use these other ways? The most important bit, is to generate within you that feeling of already having what it is you want, because the subconscious inside responds to what it thinks is true. If you keep telling yourself, I will be somebody, then the message going in always as I will be, I'm not. But if you say I am, then it works towards bringing that out now.
But again, this will lead to disappointment, right? So if they are not able to achieve their milestone or whatever they are, like goals, etc., it may lead to disappointment and they will lose a hope in the whole of manifestation itself, right?
Well, absolutely. Kiran, the thing is, the laws of the universe, the laws of nature are fixed. Those don't change. The reason something doesn't happen is because there's a gap in our way of doing it. The
Do
laws
you
are not
believe it happens for a reason?
Please. Sorry, say that again.
Do you believe that everything happens for a reason?
Why, absolutely. Everything happens for a reason, but we often don't know the reason. So we start doubting what happens.
Okay. So after reading your book, so how were the feedbacks, and personally, which feedback did attract you the most? Like one close to heart feedback.
Well, what has touched me the most were the people who've written back, people who've said things in person while we've been doing events in different parts of the world. Is the one that really stands out. It might be different words used by people, but the idea of getting that balance between having as much money as you want, the concept we call the 6 statutes of money, and living your dharma or your purpose. It's getting that balance right when these two come together, which seems to really give people a huge buzz, because they say there's satisfaction from within, an immensely different kind of spiritual connection where we're trying to live our life purpose or dharma. And there's a formula for the money to actually chase us, where we don't chase the money.
Okay.
Right? And how
Many will be they'll be listening for the first time, interlinking dharma and manifestation.
Yes, well, let's think of it this way. It's and I'll try keeping it in a way that everyone's able to understand. When you follow your dharma, it is the calling of your soul. Your soul is a fragment of universal spirit of God, right? So if you are living your dharma or your purpose, you're doing God's work. When you do God's work and you manifest God's work, isn't it natural to think that the money you want is out there chasing you? You see, when you're living your dharma, the money chases you. You don't have to go after the money. And that is the beauty of living life in this way, which again needs work. It needs work, it needs study, it needs discipline. But that is the kind of life we're talking about manifesting, not some airy-fairy overnight magical trick.
Okay. What is your message for our viewers? Some positive and promising words, please.
Well, it's my favorite quotation. You are infinitely rich because you are you. Believe in yourself. Always believe in yourself.
Okay.
Take action that consolidates your beliefs, and you'll start seeing how things start to change. But that belief and faith in what you're out to do is more important than the intellect. The heart, which is connected to a higher spiritual side of you, always wins compared to the intellect. But the world around us, the education system, teaches us to focus on the intellect, not on the feeling side of our life.
Actually, personally, I feel so much elated, so much of positive feelings. Thank you so much, Pushkarji, for your time. And I hope our audience enjoy our conversation. And I'll meet you soon. Thank you.
I'm grateful. Thank you, Karanji. Thank you so much. Thank you.